Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing episode on the Unleashing Potentials podcast. I'm your host, Bernadette. Joining me today is beautiful Shauntel, tuning in from Florida, right?
No, from San Francisco, California. Greetings, everybody.
Ooh. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much, Bernadette, for having me on your show today.
You're welcome. I know that we had something scheduled before. There was something happening with your alarm, and are you close to the fires that were happening? Can you tell us more?
Oh, yeah, you know what? I am so happy that I am about like 8 hours from the fires because that took place in Southern California. So I'm here in Northern California, and this has been marked a safe space. So my prayers and my heart definitely still goes out to my Southern California family.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. So, Chantel, can you tell us who you are, what you do, and the impact that you're making in the world?
Absolutely. So, my name is Shauntel Murphy, and I have my own company. It's called Wishing You Well in Life. And there I serve as the founder and the CEO. But it takes my delight to serve as a leadership speaker, executive, and a corporate coach. So, I really love working with leaders because my philosophy is if I can impact the way that leaders lead, this transitions into the way that workers work. And I really want to be able to foster not just work life balance, but the work we were intended to have, the life we were intended to live, and the balance that we so desperately desire.
I love that. So, before we dive deep into this conversation, tell us what got you doing the work that you're doing?
What got me doing the work that I'm doing is just working for corporate America, working in the corporate sphere for over 2 decades. And I just was able to witness the impact of phenomenal leadership. And I was able to see how that was able to inspire individuals to really evoke change where everyone had that shared vision for success. And then I was able to see the impact of what bad leadership looked like and how that was almost like a wrecking ball effect on the organization. And I really couldn't do what I wanted to do on the inside. So I had to step away from the corporate world and then I pivoted into being a coach. And I said, if I'm going to be a coach, I want to be one of the best coaches out there. So I have over 15 certifications. And within my knowledge within the corporate world and my expertise as a coach, now there's this fused approach into how I am able to make that impact for leaders. My heart, I've always had a heart to help people. I'm very people centric. I'm not focused on the numbers will come. I'm focused on how we operate with people, how we give them that sense of belonging, that sense of welcoming, and to help them so that they're able to have a voice, to amplify their voice, because we need everybody's vision, everybody's background at the table, and then that's how we're really able to make an impact. And so that's the work that I'm doing, and it's really a labor of love.
Mm. Oh, I love that. I could listen to you just talking. There's so much passion, power,
Yes.
and wisdom in it, and that's what we need.
Yes.
When it comes to leadership, obviously there's leadership of different kinds, right? What do you notice is going wrong in the world when it comes to leadership?
One thing that I've noticed is that individuals are afraid to step out and to stand on their truth, to be authentic and genuine within themselves. I see so many leaders copycatting what the next corporation is doing, saying something that they saw another leader saying. And it's like we need for individuals to be their true, authentic self. Could you imagine going to an art gallery and all of the pictures look the same? Like, could you imagine just everybody being the same, everybody wearing the same color, everybody wearing the same suit? We need for individuals that can stand out. I'm looking to transition and challenge leaders so that they do take that bold approach towards where now they're standing up for themselves, their team, the brand, and also too within the community.
I love that. I love that. Um, with your leadership and what you do, give us some scenarios or examples of the impact that it's making with your organization.
Oh my God, the impact is absolutely phenomenal. I was working with one entrepreneur in particular, and he was a little bit concerned about how could he attract top talent. Everyone talks about top talent, top talent. And so what we did was we looked at the structures that he currently had in place. What technology was he using? What was his mission? What was his values? And within that, we were able to pretty much create a roadmap so that he could be able to have the individuals who he desired. So we were able to get him some of the best software systems so that he was ahead of his competition. We were able to create a job description based specifically on his values. We want to not hire someone because they went to this school or they did this accomplishment. We want to hire people that align with our mission and our values. That way we know that they're invested from their heart. And then from there, that's when he was able to attract top talent. Top talent, they want to be able to use some of the newest technology that's out there. They want to be able to sharpen their skills. So within that, it has been over 6 months. And right now, he's actually been able to promote some individuals and he has been able to obtain and acquire everybody that he's hired. There's been no turnover rate. Everybody is satisfied. It's like a place where people want to be there. They're excited to get together. And so, with that type of impact, it's going to be longevity. The impact is it's going to be happy customers, a happy community. And that's the type of harmonious environment that we want to be able to create. So, with that impact, it's a shared success between me and the entrepreneur.
Thank you for sharing. I noticed that you're talking about technology and media, which plays a significant role of how we brand ourselves and advertise. How can leaders, especially beginners, use social media the right way?
The thing is, the quick answer is know who your ideal client is. Where does your ideal client hang out at? You may hang out on TikTok, but does your ideal client hang out on TikTok? They may be on Facebook or on IG. If you are targeting a younger audience, they may not be on LinkedIn. So definitely you want to find out where your audience is, and then you want to talk in their language. You want to use the words that they're using. So when they do see your content, it's like they're talking to me.
Mhm.
That's the problem that I'm going through. Wait a minute. They know what they're talking about. And then you can start to have individuals that follow you, troll you, spy on you, because sometimes people don't know that they need you until they know that they need you. What problem are you solving? If you're 100% solution oriented, people are going to find you. They're going to send you the DMs and then they're going to want to get to know a lot more about you because now you've proven yourself to be this expert. And the expert really comes into talking directly to them. Like they say in advertisement, if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. So you want to talk to them specifically.
Oh, I love that. That might have been a message from me. Because you guys, I'm listening to everybody who shares, but I think I'm working on narrowing who my audience is, right?
Mhm.
Because I do get that. I do get asked that quite a bit. And I think the more people I talk to, especially with you, Shauntel, I'm learning. It's a
Yeah.
learning process because I know there are other podcasters like me. Maybe people have different projects or passions they're working on. And guess what? They have zero clue what they're doing. They're just leading with their heart, which is a
Mhm.
good thing. It's a good start. How
Mhm.
can especially the younger generations learn from the older generation? And how can we lead with our hearts versus our head? Because those two, they're connected, but they speak different languages at times.
Definitely, they speak different relationships at times, and that's when you have to have a meeting with the heart and with the mind, and you have to come to an agreement on what are you actually going to do. I believe
Mhm.
everything that you do, it needs to be heart focused. So put down what is your heart's mission, and then start to outline the strategy with your mind. You strategize with your mind. Your heart doesn't know any strategy. Your heart, it gets hurt. it gets broken, it gets weak. The heart is very delicate, but the mind is strong. The mind is resilient. Once you put your mind to something, then it's no turning back. And I always tell people, follow your first mind, because sometimes the second mind may not be as accurate. But if you're really in tune with yourself, strategize with the heart, I mean, with your head, use your mind, outline your roadmap. Where do you want to be in 6 months from now? Where do you want to be in 1 year from now? And we might have a heart passion to help out the poor, but at the end of the day, they may not be the customer that's going to be able to put food on your table. So you want to be able to put food on your table as well. You might have a passion project where you're helping out those individuals, but then take it up a step further where you are able to get compensated, because this is a business. We are in business so that we can make some type of money. So you want to be able to put that and think about who your client is that will be able to give you a little bit of money. And then you can put some of that money back into your passion project. But definitely you want to have that meeting between the heart and the mind and really start to outline, who are you really serving? Because you cannot serve everybody. You're only one person. One person can't go out and conquer the world. So just start focusing, who is your ideal client? Really start to niche it down. Because once you start to niche it down, then people will say, they're talking to me.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, beautifully said. Thank you. Thank you so much. What messages of hope or wisdom you have for people that are leaders, but at times they feel beat down. They want to quit. They want to give up. Hey, we're human. It happens. What would you say to those people?
I would have to tell them, remember who you're doing it for.
Mm,
Look behind you and see who you're doing it for. Are you doing it for your kids? Are you doing it for your team? Are you doing it, because you're a part of a legacy, and this is a legacy that's been passed down to you? What are you doing it for? And always, too, be easy on yourself. Don't worry who you are not. Focus on who you are. Once you know who you are, you can move forward and take those steps within who you are. Are you resilient? Do you have that grit? Do you have that hustle? Because that hustle is going to get you through those times when you do feel like you are beat down, woe out, you tired. These bodies get weak. We get thirsty, we get hungry, we get sleepy, but it's the grit and the big bang why we are doing this. And that's what definitely keeps us motivated. So keep those factors in place. Like I always say, a bad day is 24 hours. You have another 24 hours to give. So have your moment, have your time, do what you need to do, but you got to bounce back. And the bounce back is real.
yeah, yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing. Let's talk a little bit about branding and rebranding, which
Mhm.
connects to what we're talking about. How does someone start to brand themselves? Is it based on what they like, their personal stories, or what they want to give out to the world? How do they do that?
Well, I think you should brand yourself accordingly to how you want to present yourself. If your branding is in nature, then you need to be one within nature. And the thing is that when you talk about branding and marketing, those are all things that should have started yesterday. Yesterday, we're always branding because people are always looking at you. People are looking at you more than they're looking at the clock. So you have to be careful how you approach yourself and make sure that the brand is authentic to who you really are. Because if you start branding yourself, there's really no need for a rebrand. A rebrand for what? Because you've already captured the essence and the element of who you really are. You've captured the essence of who your clients are and how you're the only go-to person for them. You are the expert. You are the one-stop shop. So take some time and really think about, how do you want to be looked at? Take some time to figure out what is going to be your trademark, what is going to be your slogan. How do you want the world to perceive you? What are your color schemes that you're going to use? And then outline those things and really take some time with it. It's nothing that should just be thrown up in the air and then you're running with it as you go. But this is something that's going to be with you for some time. So take out the proper steps to do that and then have the branding towards where it's easy to recognize and it has something to do with your unique person, because we might have a brand, but in actuality, we are the brand. We
Ooh,
are the brand.
Yeah.
We are the trademark. We are the walking campaign. We're doing walking marketing every time we step outside the front door.
Hmm. Mm. I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Um, Give us some examples of some success stories that you've had within your company.
Definitely. One of my first off the bat success stories was me working with the solopreneur, and they were coming out of corporate America. They definitely kicked the corporate ladder, jumped off of it, and their family kind of felt like they were a little bit crazy for leaving this six-figure job, but they wanted to start their own company. And in the midst of doing that, they found themselves wearing 1,000 hats, and they just really did not know in which direction to go. So when you go from an organization where there are systems in place, we worked together towards where we were able to develop her systems. We were able to really develop her mission statement. We were really able to develop where would be a good place for her to start. And like I said, we want to start off with small wins and then we can roll over to the bigger wins. We were able to put together her business plan, get her the angel investors that she needed for the early investment. And then from there, things just started to pivot. So within a short time frame, she was able to get her ideas from her head and then it was able to launch in real time. So it was really very successful for her, but it was a shared success that we were able to walk through this together. And I think that when you are a solopreneur, you don't have an assistant, you don't have a team, you don't have a marketing department, you don't have a CFO. So these are all the hats that we have to wear ourselves. So it's really just about realigning her time so that she's not busy, she's productive. Not just that she has a to-do list, it's a to-da list. Ta-da! We was able to get this done, was able to get that done. So it's really just reshifting the mindset. And I think that that's a big win right there. When a lot of my clients partner with me, the number one win is just shifting the mindset into a growth mindset because we really are capable. Like I said before, sometimes I feel like we see things twice, once in our dreams, and then it's our responsibility to see it again in reality. And then that's where I come in to help that second vision come true.
Hmm. Mm. So beautiful. I could listen to you talk and talk. There's just so much in your story. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Is there anything we didn't cover that you'd like to share with my audience, with the world?
Yes, I would just like to encourage individuals just to not be casual about your dreams. Because if you're casual about your dreams will become a casualty. And I don't want for anybody to leave this earth and have an empty experience. We all are capable of doing something great. Even some of the greatest athletes, the greatest leaders, they've all had to partner with someone, whether it was a coach, a mentor, a guidance counselor. We all need that help to help get us to that next level. What worked 2 years ago is not going to work today. And I always tell people business is a battlefield. I've seen people get their heads cut off. What you are not doing,
Yeah.
your competition is doing. So I want for everybody to turn their living room into an office and let's get busy. It's your time now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. You can't see the background, but I'm sitting in my kitchen, you guys. But the world is
That's
still
right.
behind me. Yes, yes, you have to be hungry and
Mm-hmm.
keep feeding that curiosity and hunger. I love it. I love it. I have three questions for you as we wrap up. What is the meaning of life for you?
The meaning of life for me is to serve. I'm here to serve. I wake up every day and I say, who can I serve today? I'm not looking to be served. I'm here to serve. I feel like this is my calling. I'm like a superhero without the cape. I'm like the superhero that can't fly, but I'm here on the ground, boots on the ground, to be here to serve so that everybody can be able to have that empowerment and that encouragement to be the best version of themselves.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. Next question. What are you working on?
I have just completed my book and I am so excited about that. Like, I am just so thrilled to be an author. And it is just my nuggets and once again, my gems to give to the world because I understand that not everybody can be able to align with me for me to be their coach. Not everybody will be able to hear me speak on a stage, but now anybody can purchase my book. So I will follow up with you with that next week once it gets released on Amazon.
Awesome. Can you tell us what is the name of your book
The
and who
name of
is it for?
Yeah, the name of the book is called Influence Yourself.
Oh,
Influence yourself in leadership and life. And this is just really giving you the ingredients so that you are able to be influential, so that you are able to influence others, not to manipulate or to scheme other people, but to be that positive impact in their life, to create that greatness in them. Some people fail to see the talent that they have within themselves. Some people are so focused on their weaknesses, but not really their strengths. And so, in leadership and in life, we have to be that catalyst for change. And that is definitely everything that I'm giving every single page. Every time you turn it, you're going to be getting a gem.
when you mention life, that one packed a punch for me. That's powerful stuff.
Yes.
Because some of us we live life in a coma. We're sleeping. We're not really doing much with our time and with our
Mhm.
potential. Or we hold ourselves back because we're afraid, because of fear, because of judgment. So I love that. I love that. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Last question for you. Where can people find you, connect with you? What social media platforms are you on?
Yes, I was able to share my information with you, so hopefully you can post that below. But
Mm,
I'm on IG, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on X, and then also too, you can visit me on my website. And the thing about me is that I'm not your traditional coach, so it's not a salesy call or anything like that. I'm just here to talk to you. Let's just talk. Let's see how we can partner together and let me just be able to kind of give you the steps that you do need to take so that you're able to take a win by the time we get off the phone.
mm. I love that. Thank you so much, Shauntel, for taking the time for sharing your expertise with the world, with my audience, with myself as well. Thank you.
No, thank you, Bernadette, for having me. This has been a pleasure. Thank you.
You're so welcome.